Backrooms is one of those movies that has gained a very solid hype before it even was released, just like Project Hail Mary in March. But just like that movie, it does not deserve the hype, even though, of course, it is much better than that particular movie. It is not the masterpiece a lot of people are making it out to be. Today, we will simply talk about this movie and analyze what is good and bad with it. First and foremost, the movie has a rather slow start. You see the story about this lonely man played by Chiwetel Ejifor, or it says that it does not feel lonely, but he is alone all the time, at least after working in this strange store where he is the manager. Apart from when he goes to the psychiatrist played by Renate Reinsve, that start where he talks to her and they set the scene when he is thrown out of his house by his wife, it's not that entertaining, and it takes a while before the movie picks up the pace, which is not until he finds this secret passageway in the basement, where he suddenly finds this whole new world by going through a wall that leads into these different rooms. And of course, when he tells this to this psychiatrist, she does not believe it. Anyways, after he finds this secret hallway, which looks a bit like those in Severance, the movie picks up. He takes with him those guys at work. His psychiatrist comes looking for him. He knocks her out to take some sort of revenge. And the second main character, she is also chased by this mysterious entity. But anyways, that part of the movie is much more entertaining, although the ending, which I will talk about later, is slightly underwhelming. I personally feel the movie is done in a creative and different way, but it could also be done much better, because the movie is also very strange and not explained good enough. After watching the movie, you sit with a lot of answers you simply never get the answer to. It is a movie that is cool and different, but it also feels a bit bizarre, and perhaps I would say that it is also hard to get really immersed into it. But of course, it would help if the movie had a bit of pacing. Nevertheless, I appreciate the creative approach here, and that the director tries to take a different, less traditional approach, for example, where the character runs around in some sort of first-person video game at the same time. Some of the filming is also a bit chaotic, and looks like maybe the Gen Z generation of Blair Witch. Additionally, I feel that I like the mysterious mood in the movie, as the main character finds this secret wall that enables him to move into different rooms in that way. With his yellow hallways and the mysterious/strange music, you get a Severance kind of vibe. And to be fair to the movie, it also holds the mystery for a while, despite the beginning of the movie being a bit tiring. That is also one of the approaches that makes the movie feel interesting. An additional plus point in the movie will be that both Renate Reinsve and Chiwetel Ejiofor do good roles in the movie, and they have a lot of powerful scenes both between them and by themselves, as the play between these two main characters that are central for the movie. The movie kinda leans on these two characters, and if it perhaps had not been for those two, the movie might not have been that entertaining, especially in the second part, where you can see a lot of raw emotion and acting in these two performances are taking place. Furthermore, I feel the plot is a bit thin and it lacks depth. The movie is based on an internet phenomenon with all these creepy corridors and hallways. And of course, those interested in the Backrooms lore, it is probably an exciting movie for them. But the movie also has longer parts where it does not happen too much, with the main character lying in bed, Renate Reinsve watching TV, and her backstory which you do not understand anything about. I will also say that when the main character discovers this secret door and secret rooms and just goes around exploring and he draws a map, that part is kinda interesting, but not necessarily always that entertaining. Now we come to the ending, which I have to talk about because it offers us very little answers, because it is very abruptly. We do not really know who this guy is at the end, why these people were in these different rooms and seemed like patients, why Renate Reinsve was tasked with telling how she got into these back rooms. Some people I talked to speculated if she was either dead at the end or had become like a stuffed animal. Of course, this guy also seemed to have watched both the main characters at his own camera or on some sort of computer, but how that all hangs together and his role in all this is something we never get the answer to. It just ends with a long black hole in your mind where you do not get a satisfying ending. Now, some people may appreciate an open ending that we can speculate on, that we do not know what happened to the characters that happen to be the workers in the store and also happen to be together as a couple because they were not important anyway, but the map of the place could be better explained. Why these strange things could exist in the back rooms could be better explained, and generally just how it all hangs together. Yes, I know it is based on this internet thing, but for those not too updated on that internet thing, it was a lot of the movie that could have done to explain it to us and give a way better understanding. But anyways, yes, I feel the movie was not worth the hype, although it clearly has some good moments. For me, it will not be more than a 7 out of 10.